Have you ever stopped to consider what truly protects your digital assets, your very financial existence in the decentralized world? We talk about blockchains, cryptography, and smart contracts, but at the heart of it all lies something far more fundamental, far more vulnerable: your private keys. These aren't just strings of random characters, they are the absolute authority over your cryptocurrencies, your NFTs, your very identity in the digital realm. Lose them, and you lose everything. Have them stolen, and the same fate awaits. So, the burning question isn't just how they're protected, but who or what stands guard over them. And in the innovative world of decentralized finance, one name echoes with increasing prominence: Newton. Newton isn't a person, of course, nor is it a magical vault hidden deep within the internet. Newton is a protocol, a groundbreaking approach to securing your private keys that leverages the power of advanced cryptography and decentralized consensus. To understand how Newton works its magic, we first need to delve a little deeper into the problem it aims to solve: the persistent vulnerability of private keys. Think about it. Most people store their private keys in one of a few ways. You might have them written down on a piece of paper, hidden away in a safe. This is often called a cold storage method. While seemingly secure due to its offline nature, it's susceptible to physical threats: fire, flood, theft, or simply misplacement. Imagine your house burns down, and with it, your only record of your private keys. Gone. Then there are hardware wallets, physical devices designed to securely store your keys offline and sign transactions without exposing the keys themselves to your internet-connected computer. These are a significant improvement, offering robust protection against online attacks. However, they still present a single point of failure. If you lose your hardware wallet, or it gets damaged, and you haven't backed up your seed phrase, the master key to recover your wallet, your assets are still at risk. And even with a seed phrase backup, that backup itself becomes a new point of vulnerability. Finally, we have software wallets, which can be desktop applications, mobile apps, or browser extensions. While convenient, these are inherently more vulnerable to online threats. Malware, phishing attacks, and sophisticated hacks can all compromise your private keys if they reside on an internet-connected device. The moment your private key touches the internet, it's exposed to a universe of potential attackers. The common thread in all these methods is the concept of a single, monolithic private key. This single point of failure is the Achilles heel of self-custody. Newton, however, approaches this challenge from an entirely different angle, drawing inspiration from a concept that has been around for centuries: shared responsibility. It's not about having one incredibly secure vault, but rather about having many interdependent, equally secure vaults, each holding a piece of the puzzle. At its core, Newton employs a sophisticated form of threshold cryptography, specifically multi-party computation, MPC. Imagine your private key isn't a single entity, but rather a secret that has been meticulously divided into multiple, seemingly meaningless fragments. No single fragment, on its own, can be used to reconstruct the original private key or sign a transaction. You need a certain threshold of these fragments to come together to perform any action. Here's where the magic truly begins. With Newton, instead of generating one private key, a set of key shares is generated. These shares are distributed among multiple, independent parties. These parties could be a combination of different devices you own: your phone, your laptop, a dedicated hardware device, trusted friends or family members, or even a network of decentralized nodes. The crucial point is that these shares are never combined into a single, complete private key on any single device. They remain fragmented. When you want to initiate a transaction, say, send some Bitcoin, what happens with Newton is not the exposure of your private key. Instead, the transaction is collaboratively signed by the required threshold of key share holders. Each holder uses their individual key share to perform a partial signature. These partial signatures are then combined mathematically, without ever revealing the underlying key shares themselves, to produce a valid, complete signature for the transaction. It's like having multiple people each contribute a unique, encrypted stamp to a document, and only when enough of those stamps are present can the document be officially recognized, even though no one person ever held all the stamps at once. This has profound implications for security. Let's break down the advantages. Firstly, elimination of a single point of failure. Because no single party ever possesses the entire private key, there's no single target for attackers. Even if one or two of your key shares are compromised, as long as the threshold number of shares remains uncompromised, your assets are safe. This dramatically reduces the risk of a catastrophic loss due to a hack or theft of a single device. Secondly, enhanced resilience against loss. If you lose one of your devices holding a key share, or if one of your chosen custodians goes offline, you can still access your funds as long as the remaining key shares meet the required threshold. This provides a level of fault tolerance that is simply impossible with traditional single-key methods. Imagine losing your hardware wallet. With Newton, you could potentially still recover your funds using other key shares. Thirdly, improved user experience and flexibility. While the underlying cryptography is complex, Newton aims to simplify the user experience. You can customize the threshold, choosing how many key shares are needed to sign a transaction. For example, you might set a 2 of 3 threshold, meaning you need any 2 of your 3 key shares to authorize a transaction. This allows for tailored security based on your personal risk tolerance and convenience needs. You might keep 1 share on your phone, 1 on your laptop, and 1 on a dedicated secure device. Or, you could have a 2 of 5 setup, distributing shares among trusted individuals for an extra layer of social recovery. Fourthly, mitigation of insider threats. In multi-user or institutional settings, Newton can be revolutionary. Instead of a single admin holding the master key, multiple stakeholders can each hold a key share. This prevents any single individual from unilaterally controlling funds and requires consensus among a defined group to initiate transactions, significantly increasing security and accountability. This is particularly relevant for DAOs and other decentralized organizations where shared governance is paramount. Now, let's consider the practical implications of Newton's architecture. How does this shared responsibility translate into a tangible improvement in the security of your private keys? Consider the scenario of a sophisticated phishing attack. In a traditional setup, if you fall victim to a cleverly crafted scam and accidentally expose your single private key, your funds are immediately gone. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.